Hello everyone, today we are going to deal with GATE 2016 paper set 2 mechanical, and the subjects which we are going to deal is the strength of materials, engineering mechanics and machine design. Okay, if I go to analysis part, total 4 questions were of 1 mark, 7 questions were of 2 marks, and total number of questions were 11 and total marks was 18 for these 3 subjects: strength of materials, engineering mechanics and machine design. And out of this 18 marks, 2 marks were for machine design, only 1 question, and rest of the questions were from strength of material and engineering mechanics. Okay, let us solve the questions. The first question, this is from engineering mechanics subject. Now, what is the question saying? A point mass having mass m is moving with a velocity v at an angle theta to the wall as shown in the figure. The mass undergoes perfectly elastic collision with the smooth wall and rebounds. The total change in momentum of the mass is. Okay, so we have to determine the total change in momentum of the mass. Initially, the velocity is given as v. The direction of this v with horizontal is theta. Okay, and finally, after rebounding, let's suppose the velocity is u. After rebounding, suppose the velocity is u and the direction which this u is making from horizontal is suppose phi. Let us suppose. Okay, so initially the velocity is v. The horizontal component of this velocity will be equal to v cos theta into I cap. Vertical component will be v sin theta into j cap. Okay, in the direction of y. Similarly, the velocity u, the horizontal component will be equal to u cos of phi into I cap, and the vertical component will be u sin phi into j cap. Okay, now as we know, for perfectly elastic collision, total velocity of separation is equal to velocity of approach. For perfectly elastic collision, as we know that V E is equal to 1, that is velocity of separation is equal to velocity of approach. Now velocity of approach is what? That is V sin theta. This is equal to velocity of separation, which is equal to u sin of phi. Getting this? Equation number 1. First thing. Second thing, total, we have to determine total change in momentum, del p. Okay, and total change in momentum will be equal to mass into change in velocity. Okay, so mass is capital M. Okay, and change in velocity, final minus initial. Final velocity is minus u sin of phi into j cap minus v sin theta into j cap. Getting this or not? Okay, so just put the value v sin theta is equal to u sin of phi. Okay, when we put this value, we will get what? Del p is equal to minus 2m into v sin theta into j cap. That's it, answer. Okay, so answer will be D, minus 2mv sin theta into j cap. Next question. Question number 7 from strength of materials. A shaft with a circular cross section is subjected to pure twisting moment. The ratio of maximum shear stress to the largest principal stress of the shaft will be. Okay, so we are having a shaft which is subjected to pure torsion. Pure torsion means if I draw the state of stress, it is subjected to pure shear like this. Pure shear tau. Getting this? Okay, and if I draw the Mohr circle, how will be the Mohr circle? A component which is subjected to a pure shear. The Mohr circle will be, the center will coincide with the origin. This is the Mohr circle whose radius is tau. Okay, and in this particular case, as we can see, this sigma 1 is equal to tau. Getting this or not? Because Mohr circle is coincident with the Mohr circle is a circle of radius tau whose center is coincident with the origin of the axis. Okay, so this tau max will be equal to sigma 1, which is equal to tau. We have to determine the value of tau max by sigma 1 ratio of maximum shear stress to largest principal stress. So this ratio will be equal to 1. That's it. Answer is A. Getting this? Next question. Question number 8. A thin cylindrical pressure vessel with closed ends is subjected to internal pressure. The ratio of circumferential stress to longitudinal stress is. Okay, so we are having a thin cylindrical pressure vessel, and as we know, what is circumferential or hoop stress? PD by 2T. Okay, and what is the value of longitudinal stress in thin cylindrical vessel? PD by 4T. Okay, so we have to determine the ratio. So this sigma H to sigma L will be equal to 2. That's it. Answer is D. Next, question number 11. A machine element XY fixed at end X is subjected to an axial load P, transverse load F, and a twisting moment T at its free end Y. The most critical point from strength point of view is. Okay, so we are having this element. Just look at this element carefully. This is our element. It is having a force F, okay, bending force F, axial force P, and a twisting moment T. Now we have to determine the most critical section from the strength point of view. If I see this section, if I see this particular shaft, at every section of the shaft, axial force is same, which is equal to P. At every section of the shaft, axial force is same, which is equal to P. First thing. Second thing, total twisting moment at every section will be same. Getting this or not? The only thing which is changing is the bending moment. More the distance, more will be the bending moment, and more will be the bending stress. Okay, so P is constant at every section, T is constant at every section. Only thing that is changing is moment due to F. Okay, so and where will the moment be maximum? Moment will be maximum at this point, at fixed point. Okay, so most critical section will be at fixed end. Okay, और fixed end में भी कहाँ पर होगा? Maximum bending moment कहाँ पर लगती है? Maximum bending moment at the circumference. Okay, center पे neutral axis पे 0 रहती है, circumference पे maximum रहती है. Okay, so the most critical section is a point on the circumference at location X. Getting this? At fixed point. Next question, question number 32. A rigid horizontal rod of length 2L is fixed to the cylindrical circular cylinder of radius R as shown in figure. The vertical forces of magnitude P are applied at the two ends as shown in figure. The shear modulus of the cylinder is G and Young's modulus is E. The vertical deflection at A is. Okay, so this figure is given. Okay, and we are applying a moment. You can call it as a couple. कितना couple लगेगा? At this particular circular section, circular cylinder, a couple will act, P, and these two forces are acting at a distance of 2L. Okay, so total couple, twisting couple acting will be equal to 2P into L. Okay, so we are having a circular cylinder which is subjected to a torque of 2PL. Getting this or not? Okay, so suppose this final position is like this. After twisting, okay, this angle is the angle of twist, what we call as theta. We have to determine the deflection of point A, the vertical deflection of point A. Suppose this vertical deflection is suppose x here, so we have to determine this value of x, and in order to determine the value of x, we will have to determine the theta, which is the angle of twist. Okay, and how can we determine this theta? We know what T by J is equal to G theta by L, or you can say theta is equal to TL by GJ. Okay, so just put the values. T is given, T we have determined 2PL into L upon G into J is what? pi by 32 into d raised power 4. D is what? 2r raised to the power 4. Okay, or you will get from here, this will be equal to 4pl square upon g into pi r raised power 4. Okay, so this is the value of theta. Okay, and from figure we know that tan of theta, and since theta is very small, so tan theta will be nearly equal to theta. This theta is equal to what? Perpendicular upon base. Getting this or not? Okay, so perpendicular is x, base is L, so x is equal to theta into L, so x will be equal to 4p L cube upon pi g into r raised power 4. That's it. Answer is D. Clear or not? Next question. In the figure, the load P is equal to 1 Newton, length L is equal to 1 meter, Young's modulus E is equal to 70 gigapascal, and cross section of the links is a square with dimension 10 by 10 mm. All the joints are pin joint. We have to determine the stress in the link AB. Okay, so considering this joint B, okay, so a force at this particular joint B, a force here is acting, which is P, which is at an angle 45 degree. Okay, a force acting here will be PAB, the force of the link AB, and here the force will be PBC. Okay, so this angle is 45 degree, this angle is also 45 degree. Okay, so this whole angle will be equal to 180 degree, first thing. Getting this now? Similarly, this angle is 45 degrees, so this angle, whole angle will be equal to 135 degree. Okay, so there are three forces at a particular point, so we can apply Lami's theorem. So according to this Lami's theorem, PAB upon sine 180, getting this? PAB upon sine of angle between P and PBC, sine 180. This will be equal to what? 1 upon sine 135. Okay, so since sine 180 is equal to 0, therefore PAB will be equal to 0, and PAB is equal to 0, therefore stress will be equal to 0. So stress of member AB will be equal to 0. Answer. Getting this? Next question. A question from thermal stress. A circular metallic rod of length 250 mm is placed between two rigid immovable walls as shown in figure. The rod is in perfect contact with the wall on the left side, and there is a gap of 0.2 mm between the rod and the wall on the right side. If the temperature of the rod is increased by 200 degrees centigrade, the axial stress developed in the rod is. Okay, so we have this figure. The total length of the rod is given as 250 mm. Okay, and for any thermal stress question, क्या करते हैं हम? Suppose if this rod is allowed to expand freely. Okay, अगर ये freely expand होगा तो कितना होगा? So suppose अगर ये free to expand है, then suppose the total expansion is suppose L alpha T. Okay, so this total expansion is L alpha T if the rod is free to expand. Okay, but this is not freely expanding. After distance 0.2 mm, there is a wall which is stopping that bar. Okay, so this wall will exert a force. Suppose P force ये wall exert कर रहा है. Okay, and as a result of this force P, इसका जो deflection कम होगा, that is suppose del L. Getting this or not? Okay, so just make the equation. So L alpha T is equal to, total L alpha T is equal to 0.2 mm plus del L. Okay, and what is del L? Del L is nothing but P into L upon A into E. Okay, del L क्या चीज है? Del L is the deflection due to force P. Okay, which is actually prevented deflection, plus PL by AE. Okay, so here this P by A is nothing but stress which we have to determine. So from this equation, just put the value. This will be 250 into 10 to the power minus 5 into 200. T is change in temperature. This will be equal to 0.2 plus sigma stress into 250 mm divided by E, which is 200 gigapascal or 200 into 10 to the power 3 megapascal. Heading is, so from here you will get the value of stress. This will be equal to 240 megapascal. That's it. Answer. Simple question. Okay. Next question. Is the question from machine design. In a structural member using under fatigue loading, the minimum and maximum stresses developed at critical point are 50 megapascal and 150 megapascal respectively. The endurance, yield and ultimate strength of the material are 200 megapascal, 300 megapascal and 400 megapascal respectively. The factor of safety using modified Goodman criteria is. Okay, so we have to determine the factor of safety using modified Goodman criteria. What does modified Goodman criteria says? Sigma m upon SUT plus sigma v upon SE is equal to 1 by n, where sigma m is mean stress, sigma v is variable stress, SUT is ultimate tensile strength and SE is endurance strength. Okay. Now first thing is to determine mean stress and variable stress. So what is mean stress? This is nothing but sigma max plus sigma minimum by 2. Okay, so this will be equal to 50 plus 150 by 2, which is equal to 100 megapascal. Okay, if you have referred my lecture of machine design, I have explained this question. Then variable stress sigma v is equal to sigma max minus sigma minimum 150 minus 50 by 2, which is equal to 50 megapascal. Okay, so just put the value. So this will be equal to 100 upon SUT is given as 400 plus variable stress is 50, endurance strength is given as 200 is equal to 1 by n, and from here the value of this n will be equal to 2. Answer is D. Getting this or not? Okay, last question. Now for the situation shown in figure below, the expression of H in terms of R, small r, capital R and D is. Okay, so this is, if I call this question is not even from engineering mechanics. This is a pure geometrical question. Okay, we have to determine the value of H from the figure. We have to determine the value of H in terms of small r, capital R and capital D. Okay, now how can we determine the value of H? So very first thing, join the center of this two circle, okay, and name it as y. Getting this? And what will be the value of this y? This value of y will be equal to capital R plus small r, sum of radius of the two circles. First thing. Second thing, just drop a perpendicular and complete this right triangle. Okay, name it as x, this is x and this is suppose z. Okay, we have to determine the value of H. Okay, so how can we determine this value of H? The value of H will be equal to capital R. From figure you can see this will be equal to capital R plus small r plus small x. What we are calling it small x in the figure. Okay, so what we have to do now is we just have to determine the small x in terms of capital R, small r and capital H. That is our purpose now. Okay, now how can we determine this small x? If you can see this triangle and if you apply the Pythagoras theorem, so this x will be equal to what? X will be equal to under root of y square minus z square. Okay, y we have already determined as capital R plus small r. Z how can we determine? What will be the value of z? Total z will be equal to, from figure you can see this total z will be equal to capital D, okay, minus this is total capital D, okay, minus capital R, okay, minus small r. Getting this or not? So this will be z. So z is equal to capital D minus capital R plus small r. Getting this or not? Okay, so just put the value. X is equal to under root of y square minus z square. Put the values. So this will be equal to under root of capital R plus small r whole square minus capital D minus capital R plus small r whole square. That's it. Okay, now just solve this. So this x will be equal to under root of capital R plus small r whole square minus, now just put this in the form a minus b whole square. So that will be a square minus 2ab plus b square. So this will be equal to capital D square plus r plus small r whole square minus 2d into r plus r. Getting this? So from here we will get the value of x as this x will be equal to, okay, capital R plus small r ka whole square, this will get cancelled out, and under root of 2d into capital R plus small r minus capital D square. Okay. Heading is not? Okay, so this h will be equal to capital R plus small r plus x. So just put the value of x and you will get the value of h. So this h will be equal to r plus r plus x. Okay, and x is what? Under root of 2d r plus r minus d square. Okay, so answer will be d. That's it. Okay, thank you. So this completes this part of engineering mechanics, strength of materials and machine design of set 2 GATE 2016. See you in the next video. Thank you.